Next on Channel 8 Eyewitness News Live at 6:30, more police officers will soon be on the streets of North Las Vegas as the city gets a financial recruiting boost. Plus, gas prices remain high, but oil prices are the lowest they've been all year. Find out why experts say the savings are not being passed on to customers. And it was a dreary day outside, but will the temperatures continue to drop? Is more snow on the way? Ted Florendo has all your details coming up.
You're watching Southern Nevada's #1 6:30 newscast. Channel 8 Eyewitness News at 6:30.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Colleen May. The temperatures have been dropping across the valley. In fact, it's been so cold that snow fell for the second straight day. We also saw widespread rain early this afternoon. Ted Florendo joins us live from the Weather Center with more on these cold temperatures. And Ted, how long they're going to last?
Well, Colleen, each day we're slowly going to start getting warmer here on out. We'll probably still be in the 50s for tomorrow, though, and then finally back in the 60s in the latter part of the week. But it's good to see some of the cold weather. We had some rain today, a lot of widespread rain. Let's take a look at our Doppler radar. This is a 12-hour Doppler radar. So as we put this into motion, you'll notice we actually had some widespread rain around 10 to about 11 o'clock this morning. So widespread, we actually had about 1/100 of an inch in some neighborhoods. It was light rain to even moderate at times, but the big story was the snow we had out in Summerlin and out at Red Rock. Not a lot of accumulation, actually. Melted fairly quickly as it hit the ground, but good to see some snow in the desert. We continue to see some rain out there, very scattered, and we may see some tonight. We'll get into that in just a little bit. But first, here's a time lapse from earlier today. Mount Charleston got a lot of snow. Business has been good up there. Las Vegas Ski and Snowboard Resort actually picked up nearly 5 inches of new snow within the last 24 hours or so. It's still cold outside. We're talking the mid-40s throughout the valley. It's going to be another cool night into the mid-30s. Temperatures also in the mid-40s from Mesquite, only 20 even for Mount Charleston. Red Rock coming in at 38, and we're only about 6:30 here, so you can bet tonight's going to be a cold one. We've got a future look at your forecast for the week ahead, and we'll tell you when the rain will come in and when the warm weather will be right back. That's coming up in your neighborhood forecast, Colleen.
Thanks, Ted. The widespread rain this morning made valley roads slick, and the Nevada Highway Patrol warns drivers to slow down, especially when the weather changes like this. Eyewitness News reporter Martha Guzman has more on staying safe on our roadways.
Today's rainy conditions led to several accidents on our roadways, and with rain still in our forecast, NHP is urging drivers to be careful. These dark clouds are promising to bring us more rain, making driving conditions even more dangerous.
The same poor driving patterns that we're able to get away with on a dry pavement, we're not able to do that in the wet stuff. So everybody just needs to be a little more patient.
Nevada Highway Patrol Trooper Kevin Honey says oil's embedded in our roads surface when it rains, making the roadways slippery.
Need to slow down. Give themselves the safe stopping distance between the car in front of you, because it is going to take you longer to stop. The road's going to be a little slicker, and just use caution.
Drivers should also double following distances to allow for a greater reaction and stopping time. NHP says if drivers take extra precautions, the rain doesn't have to be so deadly on our roads.
We just need to be a little more patient. It's going to take you a little longer to get where you need to go in these rainy situations, and you know, just get there safely.
NHP tells us they tend to see an increase in accidents when it does rain, so they're asking everyone just to slow down. Reporting near Durango 95, Martha Guzman, Channel 8 Eyewitness News.
And there weren't just snow flurries today. It briefly snowed in the valley yesterday as well. These snow flurries were caught on tape early Saturday morning on State Route 159. The snowfall, however, didn't last very long, and there was no sign of it when the sun came up. Our neighbors in California are also enjoying snow. The white stuff covered mountains in Southern California this weekend. A storm system dumped rain and snow in the area over the past few days. More is expected tonight and tomorrow. The West Coast isn't the only part of the country dealing with dropping temperatures. Frigid weather is hitting the Northeast, and tens of thousands are still without power tonight. A strong winter storm hit the region this weekend, and it's to blame for those outages. Crews are working to restore power as the temperatures continue to fall. In Rochester, New York, the overnight low was just 10 degrees. And this has caused a lot of people to head to home improvement stores for generators.
You can power up quite a bit with it. You can do a furnace, refrigerator, some lights, whatever you need.
Some stores say the generators are flying off the shelves and hundreds more are being shipped in to help. The severe weather also caused a major bus crash in Wyoming. Authorities say a Greyhound bus carrying 45 people rolled over. 39 of those passengers were hurt. Back here at home, police are searching for clues after the discovery of a body. A 22-year-old man was found dead on Chartreuse Court near East Harmon and Boulder Highway this afternoon. Police do not believe he died of natural causes. And police are also investigating a stabbing in North Las Vegas. Authorities say a man was found behind a laundromat at Lake Mead and Simmons, stabbed. He is expected to be okay, but the suspect is still on the loose. A routine traffic stop turned into the scene of an accident this morning. It happened on Desert Inn near Lindell. An officer stopped a motorist and the two were talking on the side of the road. That's when authorities say a woman in an SUV slammed into the police car, which then pushed into the motorist. Amazingly, no one was injured. The driver of the SUV was cited for not staying in her lane. You may have noticed that gas prices have stayed pretty steady, even fallen a little bit, but gas station profits have doubled in the past month. Industry experts say that's because they aren't passing the savings on to consumers. Eyewitness News reporter Kai Plaskin is live at the pumps to explain. Kai?
Yes, gas stations usually only make about $1 for every 10 gallons of gas that they sell. Now, recently, those prices and the money that they're making has increased to $2 per 10 gallons. That means that they're earning more, or actually it's cheaper for them to buy the gas, and they're not passing the savings on to you. Little bumps in price have a big impact on small business owner James Davis. It takes $70 to fill up the 2 tanks on his work truck.
$2.30 one day, and then 2 or 3 days later, back up to $2.38. I mean, that's just, I don't know, it dumbfounds me, I guess. I don't know the words I want to say. I don't really want to say on TV. So.
It makes him even more mad when he finds out that they've been saving money on wholesale purchases and not passing it on to consumers.
Oh, well, come on. What does anyone think about that besides the gas station owner? That sucks. I mean, come on.
Gas stations across the valley have raised prices over the weekend. This gas station just raised their prices 10 cents today.
But if prices go up cents on the dollar, there's a good chance that you're not being gouged.
Michael Geezer of AAA Nevada says if anyone's getting gouged, it's inside the convenience stores.
Okay, 82 is your change.
Now, sometimes you got to pick your poisons. It's either buy food or buy gas.
Eugene Trammell would rather go to the convenience store to get more expensive food than use gas to drive to a supermarket. Retailers admit they make more of their money off people like Trammell than they do on gas.
Most of the time, convenience stores do make more off of what's sold inside the store. Yeah.
A lot more, right?
Yeah. Because it's the convenience. You know, you stop, you get your gas, your whatever, and then your cigarettes, and then your beer. And so there's a lot of different things that people pick up when they come to get gas.
Now, even if you bypass the store and only go to the pump to get your gas, chances are is that you'll be paying more at the pump. The AAA of Nevada expects that these prices will increase into the summer. Now, Shell prices are the most expensive in town right now. Over the weekend, some Nigerian rebels disabled a pipeline of Shells. Reporting live at Western and Oakey, Kai Plaskin, Channel 8 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Kai. The city of North Las Vegas, meanwhile, will soon hire dozens of new police officers and firefighters. The city set aside $1.8 million earlier this week to hire more officers. They will also receive a $1.5 million grant for new firefighters. For the police department, this money plus funds from the sales tax increase last year will help them hire 50 new officers every year for the next several years. Officials say they need those extra officers because the city is growing so fast.
Either the second or third fastest growing city, sometimes the first fastest growing city in the country. And because of that, obviously, we need more services for the citizens. It's hard to keep up with that, and the More Cops Tax Initiative gives us the ability to keep up with that growth. And what it means to the citizen is that you'll have a faster response time, you'll have more police officers patrolling your streets, and that should help deter crime.
There are currently 206 officers in the department. That's about 1 officer for every 720 residents. A 15-year-old Las Vegas boy will be sentenced this week for starting the Roy Martin Middle School fire. That fire destroyed the school's gym last summer and caused about $7.5 million in damage. The boy, whose name has not been released, pled guilty to arson earlier this month. Another landslide has hit the Philippines as family members begin burying loved ones who were killed after that massive landslide on Friday. We'll have the latest. Plus, it's called one of the most important shows in the fashion industry, and it's getting ready to open right here in the Valley. Yellow cautions were the call of the day at the Daytona 500. Coming up in sports, Chris Matthews will show us who avoided all the danger to win the Great American Race.
You're watching Southern Nevada's #1 630 newscast with Colleen May. neighborhood weather with Ted Florindo, and sports with Chris Matthews. It's not just news. It's Channel 8 Eyewitness News at 6:30. This segment of Eyewitness News is brought to you by Jeffrey Burr, estate planning and probate attorneys.
Desert does it again. Desert Honda wants you to experience the desert difference.
Call Desert!
Come see our great selection of 2006 Honda Civics, Accords, Pilots, Odysseys. We have them all, and no reasonable offer will be refused on any new Honda in stock. Like a 2006 Civic for just $199 a month. Drive a little and save a lot. Desert Honda.
It's the President's Day sale at RC Willey, the biggest sale of the year. Save on major appliances and electronics. Washer dryer pairs start at just $4.79. Side-by-side refrigerators from $6.79. Purchase this 50-inch Sony Grand Vega and get a free home theater system and this DVD. With any purchase of $4.99 or more, you can get a 20-inch TV, a DVD player, plus the Legend of Zorro DVD for $79.95. Free hot dogs and drinks Monday. It's the President's Day sale on now at RC Willey. One place, so many possibilities.
Are you ready to save? Fairway Chevrolet is offering 0% financing now on used vehicles. Shop from hundreds of vehicles, all slashed in price, with financing now available at 0%. That's interest-free financing on an incredible selection of pre-owned vehicles, even on popular Tahoes and Suburbans. And if you've got bad credit, we can get you financing, even if your score is below 500. Get 0% financing on used vehicles now, only at Fairway Chevrolet, 3100 East Sahara. Low price powerhouse.
There are two ways to kill weeds: Ortho Season-Long Grass and Weed Killer, or the leading brand. Both kill existing weeds, but only Season-Long forms a protective barrier to prevent new weeds, all season guaranteed. So you won't have to spray month after month after month. The choice is yours. Kill weeds for the season, or spend the season killing weeds. Ortho Season-Long Grass and Weed Killer. All weeds, all gone, all season.
If we can't offer you a better deal, we don't expect your business. Jim Marsh, Chrysler Jeep.
One of the most important and financially lucrative trade shows to hit Las Vegas will open on Tuesday. It's called the Magic Marketplace, and it's called one of the most influential weeks in fashion. Carol Wilkinson has the details.
What?
3 feet from the front.
Getting your house in order takes a lot of work, especially when 100,000 guests are coming. The house is the Las Vegas Convention Center, and the guests are the attendees expected for the Magic Marketplace, considered the preeminent fashion market in the world. Erica Yowell is with the city's Convention and Visitors Authority.
Magic is one of our top conventions of the year, one of our top trade shows of the year. International Consumer Electronics Show, everyone knows about CES. They brought in about 140,000 visitors in January, and Magic brings in about 100,000. It's still one of the larger ones, not only for Las Vegas, but for all of North America.
By Tuesday, these empty shelves and displays will be crammed with the latest in men's, women's, and children's apparel and accessories. And the executives and buyers who visit are expected to spend about $145 million on non-gaming pursuits during the 4-day show. The figure is expected to best last year's non-gaming revenue by about $5 million.
Well, we know that people, when they come to Las Vegas for a trade show, they're not only spending money on their hotel rooms and their food, but they will also take part in everything else Las Vegas has to offer while they're here. The shows, they might go to a spa, they might go shopping, especially this crowd, right?
And that was Carol Wilkinson reporting. The Magic Marketplace opens Tuesday, February 21st and runs through February 24th. Coming up on Eyewitness News Live at 6:30, new changes are in effect that could mean something different for your morning commute. We'll explain coming up. And you're looking at a live picture from our Channel 8 camera atop the Rio Hotel. Temperatures have been dropping this weekend. As we told you earlier, we saw a little bit of snow. Can we expect more of the same? Ted Florindo has the answers coming up in your neighborhood weather forecast.
In honor of President's Day, your Honda dealers are doing some cutting of their own.
President's Day celebration, going on now at your Honda dealer. Lease a Honda Pilot for $279 a month with a total drive-off of $19.99 for well-qualified customers.
For over 50 years, Centex Homes has been there for discriminating homebuyers. With practical designs, flexible floor plans, and exciting interior design options. All backed by a 2-year fit and finish warranty, twice the industry standard, and a 10-year structural warranty. Plus the conveniences of these other Centex companies. So when it comes to building and purchasing your new Centex home, we're there for you. We're there for you.
Curtis Boardman, rodeo rider, critical care nurse, Bachelor of Science, UNLV. He could always ride, but nursing? He had to learn and learn and learn. Curtis learned enough at UNLV to be accepted at one of the top graduate nursing schools in the country. Cowboy, registered nurse, graduate student.
Rebel.
Be a rebel. UNLV. Curious? Call.
10 years of great service. 10 years of great deals. 10 years of great selection. 10 years and still growing. The Valley Auto Mall. 15 dealerships, 23 brands, 1 location.
This portion of Channel 8 Eyewitness News is brought to you by Spanish View Tower Homes.
Health officials confirm the bird flu virus is now in Italy. A wild duck found dead has tested positive for the virus. So have several wild swans found dead last week. Meanwhile, in India, health officials there have begun slaughtering thousands of chickens 1 day after reporting its first bird flu outbreak. Many poultry farmers and sellers are now bracing themselves for a drop in poultry sales. Another landslide has hit the Philippines. Now, this one comes just days after a massive landslide virtually wiped out an entire village. About 1,800 people are believed to be dead after Friday's disaster. Today, hundreds of U.S. Marines joined forces with teams to remove bodies, clean them, and then bury them. Only a couple of dozen villagers survived that deadly landslide on Friday. A huge fundraiser for Hurricane Katrina victims will take place right here in southern Nevada. Celine Dion, Elton John, and Jerry Seinfeld are banding together for a one-of-a-kind performance tomorrow night at Caesars Palace. It is sold out. Proceeds will help the nearly 8,000 Harrah's employees who were affected by the hurricanes. The show is put on by HEART, which stands for Harrah's Entertainment Artists Rally Together. Your morning commute could look a little bit different tomorrow. The Regional Transportation Commission has changed more than 35 transit routes. Some pickup times are changing and some are even being canceled. They all went into effect today. A new 2006 transit guide is available at several locations. For more information, you can call the RTC at 228-RIDE. Ted Florendo's here to look at the weather, and there's a lot to talk about tonight.
Yeah, good to see some snowflakes in the desert for this year.
Something different, yeah.
Yeah, it's something different. And second day in the row. Are we going to get it tomorrow? We'll have to see. I'll get that up coming up in your forecast here. But first, let's take a live look outside. This is our camera on top of the stratosphere. There are clouds out there, and a lot of them. They'll start to clear around a little bit, though. We'll get more of a partly clear night tonight. But I want to talk about the rain. It was widespread earlier today. Not a lot of it came down, though. We did have widespread rain, light to moderate times. We did pick up some neighborhoods about 1/100 of an inch. Fort Apache and Ann, Tropicana and Torrey Pines, Durango and Warm Springs, they're about 1/100 of an inch. More so at Red Rock and Pahrump, where we picked up the 3 to 4/100 of an inch there too. So the rain came and went. There's still some out there though, but whether it'll continue tonight, probably not. Durango and Warm Springs, 42 degrees right now. That's where we picked up that 1/100 of an inch. Wind's only about 5. On the Strip, 46 degrees. We picked up about 100th out there too. Highs today were on the cool side. Low 50s throughout the valley. Some neighborhoods didn't get out of the 40s, specifically on the west side. 51 for Mesquite, 27 up at Mount Charleston, and Red Rock, 43. Very slick at Mount Charleston right now, so if you're going to head on up there, be sure to take it easy. There's a lot of snow up Mount Charleston and on the roads there too. Top temperature at McCarran today, only about, get this, 49 degrees. That's 15 below our average of 64 for this time of the year. 41 was our overnight low. Now the rain is now starting to move off to the east. We have this area of low pressure. This is the culprit for all that wet weather and the snow we saw this morning. Right now, the backside of this, not a lot of moisture to work with. You can see it really starting to dissipate. We've got some clumps here and there that have now moved to the east. So as the backside of this is drier, we really think tonight, the possibility of a shower, maybe a rogue shower, should be quick and active here, if anything at all, but really will start to dry out tonight. The clouds will still be around for tomorrow, but less clouds today or tomorrow than we saw today. So we're really looking at a mostly sunny day in the morning and then some afternoon clouds later in the day and in the evening. So for East Valley, 57 degrees, a mixture of sun and clouds for tomorrow. More of the clouds in the afternoon. Winds should be nice and light. Then we head out to Centennial Hills, 54 degrees, morning sunshine with some late day cloud cover, okay? For South Valley now, for Southern Highlands, 54 degrees, partly cloudy, and we're looking for a nice light wind. Tonight, 35 degrees. It's going to be cold, but we'll be drying out. Partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, how about some sun and clouds in there with winds nice and light, all from the north. And your 7-day outlook, like we told you, each day we're going to heat it back up to the low 60s by Wednesday and even to the mid to upper 60s by the latter part of the week, President's Day. Just a few clouds here and there, and that includes Tuesday too, but will be nothing but sunshine by Wednesday all the way to Friday. So if you want some snow, there's still lots of it up in Mount Charleston.
All right, thanks, Ted.
Sure.
Chris is here with sports. NASCAR drivers warned to play nice today, but not all of them did.
No, not some of them. Had lots of tense moments on the Daytona International Speedway today as the 2006 NASCAR season roars into action. We'll take you to the fun-filled day on the track and show you why there are some upset drivers this evening. Plus, fun around to the Nissan Open came down to the final few holes. Show you who wins out next in sports.
Hi, I'm Jerry Tarkanian for Henderson Chevrolet. Get more for less with all new price cuts.
Take it from Tark the Shark. These new Henderson Chevrolet price cuts are huge. Buy new Tahoes slashed to just $27,897. New Suburbans $11,000 off. Full-size Silverados now just $12,997. Or new Aveos just $99.77. Save thousands today, now at
Henderson Chevrolet, my #1 team.
Don't miss the President's Day sale at RC Willey. It's one of our biggest sales of the year. Sofas start at just $3.99. Leather sofas from $6.99. Save on Rooms Express. This 7-piece room group is just $9.99, and many other room groups are available. Get a 20-inch TV and DVD player plus the Legend of Zorro DVD for $79.95 with any purchase of $4.99 or more. Free hot dogs and drinks Monday. It's the President's Day sale at RC Willey. One place, so many possibilities.
Here's a President's Day bonus from Station Casinos and Fiestas.
Daily jumbo jackpots all weekend long.
This Friday through Monday, a jumbo a day.
At every Station Casino and Fiesta.
Win up to 25 grand this Friday. And Saturday. And Sunday. And Monday.
Plus $25 in free slot play for everyone playing with their boarding pass or Amigo card.
Wow. At least 4 daily jumbos this weekend.
And don't forget, you can still hit the original jumbo jackpot.
Why would you play anywhere else?
What's up? I'm trying to figure out my budget. Got 200 for rent, 29 for my cell, 19 for gas.
Sounds about right.
14 for a new CD.
Screaming babies.
Which leaves me $1 a day for lunch.
More than enough.
Now do Wendy's quarter-pound double-stack cheeseburger with 2 patties of beef, fresh toppings, and American cheese for just 99 cents.
Actually, I got a penny left.
What are you going to do with that?
Mutual fund.
Right. Only Wendy's has the quarter-pound double-stack for just 99 cents every day. Do Wendy's. Do what tastes right.
Well, the green flag dropped on the 48th run in the Daytona 500. This gets the season started, and guess who gets them fired up?
Gentlemen, start your engine.
James Conn, who gives him the signal to let's go. Green flag, and Jeff Burton sitting on the pole. Tense moment in the race here. Jeff Gordon passing Tony Stewart. Neither driver giving an inch. Later in the race, Dale Jarrett makes contact with Jeff Green right here. This brings out a few white-knuckle moments. NASCAR officials advised drivers about that aggressive driving. Tony Stewart would be penalized for bumping Matt Kenseth right here. Stewart gets sent to the back of the pack, and he takes exception to the onboard camera. Out of pit road, Kenseth bumps Stewart for a little payback here, and then later in the race, Jimmy Johnson running strong. Kurt and Kyle Busch were running 2 and 3 with about 28 laps to go. But with 14 to go, Kurt Busch was running in the top 5 most of the day and gets tangled up, blows the tire, and he is done. Obviously disappointed as a new driver of that number 2 car. His brother Kyle was black flagged for aggressive driving, which took him out of the contention. Jimmy McMurray brings out a late caution, which forces drivers into a green-white checkered flag finish. So Jimmy Johnson in the lead as the caution freezes the field, so Johnson wins his first Daytona 500, Casey Mears second, Ryan Newman third.
You know, after all the trouble this team's been through and all the criticism, I'm going to dedicate this one to all the haters of the 48 team, because we won and we're in victory lane at Daytona for the Daytona 500.
It's really disappointing. You know, Tony went on and said all that stuff earlier in the week, and then, you know, if he's worried about people's lives and everything, and then he's going to wreck on purpose at 190, I wasn't too happy with that. But
I guess Matt didn't think anything when he got me sideways over in 2 either. So, you know, he should have thought about that first. I mean, he got back what he started in the first place. So.
I got a little nudge from behind and, you know, a little loose off the turn 2, and Tony got under me, and I tried to block him back down, but wasn't successful at that, and then, you know, moved back up because I knew he was alongside of me, and I'm really glad to get out of Daytona. This place is, I hate this place.
All right, so the season now underway. Next week they'll make their way to Southern California, and in 3 weeks they'll be right here in Las Vegas. Well, the Runnin' Rebels are home this week, coming off that win over Colorado State, helping them kind of right the ship just a bit, and now they've got Utah on Wednesday.
They've had a nice win at San Diego State, then they turned around and lost at home to Colorado State. So it's been kind of up and down, but they've shown potential to be, you know, up oftentimes.
All right, and we'll have more on UNLV's big week coming up tonight on Game Time with UNLV Hoops, 9 o'clock on Las Vegas 1, or following Eyewitness News right here on Channel 8. The Olympic Games continue. The American ice dancing team looks very strong this year, on the verge of medaling for the first time in 30 years. Now in men's hockey, the Team USA lost to Sweden 2-1. Despite the loss, though, they still have a chance to medal. They've got to beat Russia Tuesday and then have Latvia beat Kazakhstan. Some Austrian athletes were shocked early this morning with an anti-doping raid on their living quarters. This is a first in Olympic history. Italian police surprised the athletes with a late-night raid. They searched the living quarters early this morning. The International Olympic Committee conducted an out-of-competition test on at least 6 Austrian athletes. Golf wrapping up in Los Angeles. Final round of the Nissan Open. Basic High grad and Henderson resident Craig Barlow was in the hunt going into the final 18. He moves into a 4-way tie at 12 under with this beautiful approach to set up the birdie. Former UNLV Rebel Adam Scott with the birdie on 10. He'd finish in second place. Now Barlow needs this on 16, but he just can't quite get the par putt to drop, so he'd finish third. Rory Sabatini taps in for par and wins at 13 under for his third PGA Tour win. And finally, a year from right now, the NBA All-Star folks will be paying attention to Las Vegas because the All-Star game will be held here. Right now, they're in Houston. When they tip off next year, it'll be the first time the NBA All-Star game will be held outside of an NBA city. You can see all the stars. Of course, stars are going to be there.
Yeah,
they'll be here next year.
Absolutely. Thanks, Chris. One lucky person is now $365 million richer after last night's record Powerball drawing. The winning ticket was sold at this convenience store in Lincoln, Nebraska, which will receive $50,000 for selling the winning ticket. The new multimillionaire has not come forward yet. We understand winners usually get some legal and some financial advice before they disclose themselves. So we'll see you after the movie tonight.